All right, so you're getting ready for a retail entrepreneur interview.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, definitely
Lots of opportunities out there.
for sure. And we've got a ton of RoleCatcher resources here.
Oh, yeah.
Career guides, interview guides,
Mm-hmm.
even some info on their AI tools
Very cool.
to help you just totally crush this interview.
Absolutely.
So think of this deep dive as like your crash course.
Yeah.
Not just in what questions they're going to ask you,
Right.
but like what they're really looking for with each one.
Yeah, and it's not just knowing like how to sell something,
Right.
It's bigger than that.
Yeah.
They're looking for somebody who can build and run the whole business.
Yeah. The entire thing.
Every single bit of it.
Like all the strategy, the daily operations, all of it.
You name it.
Totally. And the career guide even talks about how
Yeah.
retail entrepreneurs really need to be ready to handle everything.
Oh, yeah, you got to be ready to wear all the hats.
Oh, for sure. Finances, marketing,
Mm-hmm.
even a little bit of HR.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, the work environment can be all over the place.
Oh, absolutely.
Like one day you're in this super sleek office, the next you're working from your couch at midnight.
Yep, that's the life.
So that flexibility can be awesome,
Oh, yeah.
but it definitely comes with long hours.
It does. That's why that first question, how did you first become interested in retail entrepreneurship, is so important.
Yeah, like no pressure, right?
Right.
But really, this is your chance to tell your story.
Mm-hmm.
Like what lit that fire?
Yeah.
What got you excited about this?
What was that spark?
Was it a mentor, a challenge you overcame, or maybe just this crazy idea that just wouldn't leave your head?
All of the above, maybe.
Right.
And it's not just about like the what, but the why,
Totally.
How did that experience shape your vision for your own business?
Yeah, what makes you different?
Exactly. What unique perspective do you bring to the table?
Great point. So really dig deep. Find those moments, those specific moments that show your enthusiasm. Because honestly, generic answers just aren't going to cut it.
Nope, not at all.
They want the real deal.
They want to see that passion.
Totally.
Now, retail, it's always changing, right?
Oh, for sure.
So the next question they might ask you is, how do you stay up to date with the latest retail trends?
Yeah, like you're not just aware of the trends, you're ahead of the curve.
Right, you're on top of it.
Totally. So how do you do that?
Yeah, how do you do that?
Are there certain trade shows you go to,
Mm-hmm.
specific publications or blogs,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even some influencers that you follow?
Could be.
Right.
But it's not just about listing them off.
Right.
It's about how you use those resources.
Okay, so how do you apply that to your business?
Exactly.
I like that.
So maybe a recent article inspired a new marketing strategy.
That's a great example.
Or maybe a conversation at a trade show sparked an idea for a new product line.
Yeah, and those details, those are what make your answer come to life.
Absolutely.
It shows them you're not just reading headlines.
All right.
You're actually thinking about how these trends apply to your business.
You're thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk balancing act for a second.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because as a retail entrepreneur, you're juggling customer satisfaction
Uh-huh.
while also keeping your business afloat.
Yeah, making sure everything runs smoothly.
So the question, how do you balance the needs of your business with the needs of your customers? That's going to come up.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, right?
It is.
Because the customer isn't always right,
Right.
but you also don't want to lose business.
Right. You don't want to scare people away.
Exactly.
It's about finding that sweet spot.
Yeah, where's that balance?
Yeah. So they're looking for someone who can make tough decisions.
Mhm.
Maybe even say no to a customer.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, if it's in the best interest of the business long term.
That's interesting.
It is. It's a tough call sometimes.
Yeah, so a good strategy here is to think of a specific example.
Yeah, real world example.
Yeah, maybe a time where you had to make a difficult choice
Uh-huh.
between what a customer wanted and what was best for your business's bottom line.
Absolutely.
How did you approach that situation?
Yeah, walk them through your process.
What were the factors you considered?
Show them how you think.
Yeah.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be super helpful.
Oh, really? How so?
Their tools can analyze the job description
Okay.
and give you feedback on whether your example aligns with the company's values
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
priorities.
So it's like personalized coaching.
Exactly. It's like having someone in your corner helping you craft the perfect answer.
I love that. Okay, let's talk about those not so fun customer interactions
Oh, yeah, those happen.
because unfortunately they're part of the deal.
Part of the game.
So that's where the question, how do you handle difficult customers or customer complaints
Mm-hmm.
comes into play.
That's a big one.
Yeah, so they want to see that you can stay calm,
Right.
professional, and kind of turn a negative situation into a positive one.
Turn that frown upside down.
Right. And it's not just about resolving the issue in the moment.
Uh,
It's about protecting your brand's reputation.
Absolutely. Long-term thinking.
Totally. So what's your go-to strategy?
Yeah. What do you do?
Do you have like a specific method for de-escalating a situation?
Hmm.
Maybe a story about a time you turned a frustrated customer into like a loyal one?
Those are always good stories.
Right.
Think about the skills you used in those situations. Was
Yeah.
it empathy,
Mm.
active listening, problem solving?
Yeah.
Highlighting those skills is key.
It shows them how you think and how you approach those situations.
Exactly.
And this might sound counterintuitive,
Okay.
but even sharing an example where you didn't completely satisfy a customer,
Oh, interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
can be really valuable.
How so?
As long as you can show that you learned from that experience
I see.
and that you're taking steps to prevent similar situations in the future.
Right. So you're showing growth.
Totally. It shows self-awareness
Hmm.
and a commitment to continuous improvement.
You're always learning.
Always learning.
Now remember, every retail market is crowded.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to want to know what sets you apart.
All right, bring on the question.
How do you stay competitive in a crowded retail market?
That's a good one. This is your time to shine.
Yeah. What's your unique selling proposition?
What's your secret sauce?
Is it your product selection?
Your customer service? Your online presence?
How are you different?
Yeah.
And this goes beyond just knowing your niche.
Okay.
It's about understanding the competitive landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Who are your biggest rivals?
Yeah. Who are you up against?
What are their strengths and weaknesses?
Okay.
How can you leverage your unique advantages
Yeah.
to really capture market share?
It's like you're playing chess.
It is a game.
You're strategically positioning your business to win.
Absolutely. Every move matters.
I like that. And this is where market research becomes so crucial.
Mm.
What tools or methods are you using to stay informed
Yeah, are you doing your homework?
about your competitors and like the industry
Yeah.
trends?
Staying ahead of the curve.
Exactly. And that
Mm.
proactive mindset, that's what's going to impress them.
It shows you're not just reacting.
Right.
You're shaping the market.
No, you're in control.
Now, even solopreneurs need a team,
Okay.
even if it's just like a network of freelancers or advisors.
Okay.
So that question, how do you manage and motivate your team?
Mm-hmm.
It's relevant even if you don't have a huge staff.
Gotcha.
It's about showing that you can collaborate,
Mm-hmm.
delegate,
Yeah.
and inspire others to achieve a common goal.
I like that.
So what's your leadership style?
Mm-hmm. How do you lead?
Do you lead by example?
Yeah.
Do you foster open communication and feedback?
Okay.
Think about the challenges you faced as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
How did you handle conflict within your team?
Oh, that's a good one.
How did you motivate your team to overcome obstacles and achieve success?
Yeah, those stories are gold.
They are. They bring your leadership style to life.
And again, RoleCatcher's AI can help analyze those examples
Yeah.
to make sure they resonate with the specific company culture
Mm-hmm. Make sure it's the right fit.
you're interviewing with.
It's about tailoring your message to your audience.
Okay. I like that. Now let's talk about success.
Oh, yeah.
Because how you define it
Mm-hmm.
and measure it
Uh-huh.
really says a lot about your priorities
It does.
as a retail entrepreneur.
For sure.
So be ready for the question. How do you measure the success of your business?
That's a big one.
Yeah. So is it purely about revenue,
Okay.
or are there other factors that are important to you,
Like what?
like customer loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
employee satisfaction,
Yeah.
or even like a positive impact on your community?
Yeah. Maybe it's about giving back.
Totally.
This is your chance to show that you're not just focused on the bottom line.
Right. You're thinking bigger.
You have a well-rounded view of what it means to build a successful business.
A sustainable business.
Yeah, for the long haul.
Absolutely.
And think about the specific metrics that you use
Okay.
to track your progress.
Like, how do you know if you're succeeding? Are there specific numbers?
Do you use customer relationship management CRM software to track customer retention rates?
Mm-hmm.
Do you conduct employee satisfaction surveys?
Oh,
Sharing those details shows that you're data-driven.
right.
You're taking a systematic approach to measuring and improving your business.
You're not just hoping for success.
You're working towards it.
You're making it happen.
And speaking of working towards success,
Yeah.
let's tackle the financial side of things.
Okay, bring it on.
The question, how do you ensure that your business is financially sustainable?
Ooh, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
This is where you show off your financial savvy.
Right. Show them you know what you're doing.
Yeah, they want to know that you understand budgeting,
Hmm.
forecasting, cash flow management,
Uh-huh.
that you have a plan for those economic ups and downs.
The inevitable ups and downs.
Right. So do you have a system for tracking your expenses and your revenue.
Mhm.
Do you regularly review your financial statements?
Okay, are you on top of things?
Are you comfortable talking about profit margins
Uh-huh.
and return on investment?
Those are important numbers.
Yeah, and think about any challenges you faced financially.
Hmm.
Maybe a time when you had to make a tough decision
Uh-huh.
to cut costs, or maybe adjust your pricing strategy.
Yeah, those are tough calls.
Sharing those experiences shows that you can handle pressure,
Mm-hmm.
that you can make tough choices
You're resilient.
to keep your business afloat.
You can weather the storm.
And it's about demonstrating that you're not just passionate,
Right.
you're also financially responsible.
You know how to manage money.
Yes.
And don't be afraid to showcase your knowledge of financial tools and resources.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Maybe you use some accounting software to manage your finances,
Okay.
or you consult with a financial advisor.
Those are great points.
Sharing those details can give you an edge,
It shows you're proactive.
that you're taking it seriously.
Absolutely. And again, RoleCatcher can help you here too.
Oh yeah, how so?
Their AI tools can analyze the job description
Mm-hmm.
and highlight any specific financial skills or experience they're looking for.
Oh, it's helpful.
So then you could tailor your answers
Yeah,
to emphasize those qualifications.
but you're hitting the right points.
It's like you're speaking their language,
Exactly, you're showing them you have what it takes.
that you're a good fit.
Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's remember that preparing for an interview,
Yeah.
it's about more than just memorizing answers. It's
Mhm.
about understanding the company, the role,
Uh-huh.
how your skills and experience align with their needs.
Totally. It's about showing them
It's about showcasing your passion
your expertise.
and your unique perspective.
And remember,
Confidence is key.
yeah, believe in yourself
Take a deep breath, believe in yourself.
and go rock that interview.
Go get them.
Yeah.
You got this. And even with all the prep in the world, interviews can still throw curveballs at you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's why it's important to be flexible, think on your feet.
That's so true. Best laid plans, right?
Exactly.
But speaking of plans, I wanted to circle back to something you mentioned earlier
Okay.
about RoleCatcher's AI tools.
Oh, yeah.
It's one thing to know the questions they'll ask,
Right.
but RoleCatcher actually helps tailor your answers to the specific company and the role.
Mm-hmm. That's the key.
So how does it actually work? Can you walk us through it?
Sure. So it all starts with the job description.
Okay.
You literally paste it into RoleCatcher,
Okay.
and their AI gets to work.
Cool.
It analyzes the keywords, the skills, even the tone of the language.
So it's like reading between the lines of what they're really looking for.
Exactly. It's figuring out their needs.
I like that.
And then based on that analysis,
Mm.
it gives you tailored suggestions for how to answer those common interview questions,
Oh.
highlighting the specific skills and experience that are most relevant for that job.
That's so smart.
It's like having a personal resume writer and interview coach all in one.
Yeah, I love that.
And it doesn't even stop there.
Oh, really? What else?
RoleCatcher also has this feature where you can practice answering interview questions out loud,
Okay.
and their AI will give you feedback
Cool. Like what kind of feedback?
on your tone of voice, pacing, even your body language.
Oh, that's amazing. It's like having a mock interview with an expert
It is a mock interview with an expert.
who can pinpoint exactly what you need to work on.
That's the beauty of AI.
Okay, so RoleCatcher is definitely a secret weapon.
It's a game changer.
All right, so we were talking about financial sustainability before.
Yeah, making sure your business can thrive.
What other questions can pop up in this area?
Well, they might ask something like, what are your thoughts on the current state of the retail industry?
No.
And they're not just looking for your opinion here.
Right.
They want to see that you understand the big picture.
The larger economic forces at play.
Exactly.
Okay.
So have you thought about things like consumer spending trends,
Okay.
supply chain challenges,
Mhm.
the rise of e-commerce?
For sure.
How do those factors influence your business decisions?
It's about connecting the dots between the micro and the macro levels of retail.
Yes, connecting those dots.
I like that. What else could they ask?
They might get more specific and ask you to describe a time you had to make a difficult financial decision.
Okay.
What were the outcomes and what did you learn?
So this is where those real life examples become so crucial.
Absolutely. They want to see how you handle things in the real world.
Not just the theory, but the application.
Exactly. And remember, it's okay to talk about a time when things didn't go perfectly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because what matters is that you can demonstrate that you learned from your mistakes.
Okay.
That you have a process for making tough decisions, even under pressure.
So it's about showing resilience
Mm-hmm.
and that willingness to learn and grow.
Always learning.
Now, switching gears a bit.
Okay.
Building a brand is so important in retail.
Oh, absolutely. Even for entrepreneurs.
So how can we prepare for questions around that?
Well, this is where things get interesting. They might ask, how would you describe your target customer?
Okay.
Or what makes your brand unique in the market?
So understanding your audience,
Yes.
knowing who you're selling to.
And how you position your business.
Exactly.
It's not just about knowing who your customer is. It's about knowing what they want.
What are their pain points?
What are their problems?
And how does your brand solve those problems?
They want to see that you've done your market research,
Yes, you've done your homework,
that you understand the competition.
and that you have a clear brand story.
And this is where those unique selling propositions come into play.
Absolutely.
Those differentiators.
What makes you stand out?
Right. So do you offer exceptional customer service?
Okay.
Are your products ethically sourced? Do you have a strong online community?
All those things contribute to a unique brand identity. It's like painting a picture on their minds.
Yes, making your brand come alive.
And don't forget about the visual aspects.
Oh yeah, visuals are huge.
They might even ask, if you had to describe your brand in 3 words, what would they be?
Okay.
Or how do you envision your brand's visual identity?
Those are good ones.
It's forcing you to really think about your brand.
Distill it down to its essence.
Yeah.
And it shows you're thinking holistically,
Not just about the product.
but the whole experience.
Okay, so we've covered financials, brand building.
Mm-hmm.
What about marketing and sales?
Oh, that's the bread and butter.
That's crucial for any retail entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
What kind of questions can they ask in this area?
Well, they might start broad with something like, what are your preferred marketing channels?
Okay.
Or how do you approach sales and customer acquisition?
So showcasing your knowledge of different marketing strategies.
Yes, both online and offline.
Do you leverage social media, paid advertising campaigns,
Email lists.
industry events,
They want to see a well-rounded toolkit.
that you understand how to reach your target audience?
And it's not just about listing those off. Right. It's about explaining why you choose certain strategies and what results you've seen.
Yeah, data is your friend here.
It is.
Can you share specific examples of campaigns you've run,
Metrics you've tracked.
lessons you've learned along the way,
It shows you have a plan.
and that you're constantly
And
learning?
iterating and improving.
They might dig deeper into your understanding of specific marketing tactics.
Oh, for sure.
How would you use social media to promote a new product launch?
Okay.
What's your strategy for building an engaged email list?
These are getting into the nitty-gritty.
The how-to.
You got to show you can execute.
And don't forget about storytelling.
Oh, storytelling is so powerful.
You might ask about a successful marketing campaign.
What made it stand out?
Yeah, what made it special?
This is your chance to showcase your creativity.
Connect with the audience.
And it doesn't have to be a huge, expensive campaign. Sometimes the most effective marketing is simple and authentic.
Speaks directly to your audience.
That's what resonates.
Now, we've talked a lot about marketing.
Yeah.
What about sales?
Okay, sales.
Any tips for those questions?
They might ask, how comfortable are you with cold calling?
Okay.
Or reaching out to potential customers? Or describe your approach to closing a deal.
So gauging your comfort level with direct sales.
Yes. How do you build relationships?
Persuade people.
Get them excited about your product.
And even if you don't have a traditional sales background,
All right.
you can still highlight those interpersonal skills, that ability to communicate.
What makes your product valuable?
And think about your past experiences.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to pitch an idea,
Okay.
negotiate a deal, persuade someone to see your point of view,
Those are all relevant to sales?
even if they weren't in a formal setting?
Exactly. You've got the skills.
Now, speaking of framing those experiences,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher can be super helpful here.
Oh, for sure.
They can identify the key skills and experiences that are most important to the company.
By analyzing that job description.
You can tailor your answers.
All the right notes.
It's like a secret decoder ring for the interview process.
It is. It gives you an edge.
And their feedback on those practice answers
Yeah.
can help you refine your delivery.
Make you sound more confident.
More competent.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we have.
Financials, branding, marketing, sales.
What other areas might they want to explore?
Well, depending on the role and the company,
Okay.
they might dig into your experience with operations, logistics, customer service, even technology.
So be prepared to talk about those areas too,
Absolutely.
even if they're not the primary focus of the role.
It shows you have a holistic understanding of the business,
That you're willing to wear multiple hats.
which is essential for an entrepreneur.
And this is where those career guides from RoleCatcher come in handy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They give you insights into those specific skills
And experience.
for different types of retail entrepreneur roles.
Read those guides
Yeah, do your research.
so you can tailor your answers.
Okay, so before we wrap up this part of the deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to touch on one more crucial thing.
What's that?
Research.
Oh, research is key.
You can have the most brilliant answers,
Mm-hmm.
but if you don't know anything about the company,
Right.
it's going to show.
It's like showing up for a date and not knowing the person's name.
Ouch, yeah.
So what are your top tips for researching a company?
Okay, good question.
First and foremost, visit their website.
Okay, their website.
Read their About Us page.
Mm-hmm.
Browse their products or services.
Okay.
Get a sense of their brand personality.
Get a feel for their vibe.
Exactly. And then go beyond the website.
Okay.
Check out their social media.
Mm-hmm.
Read press releases, news articles.
See what their customers are saying online.
Be a detective.
Gather all those clues.
About their culture, their values, their reputation.
I like that. And don't forget about LinkedIn.
Oh, LinkedIn is gold. Look up the people you're interviewing with.
Oh,
See their background, their experience.
their connection.
It gives you valuable insights.
It's like a sneak peek behind the curtain.
And all this research helps you tailor your answers
Mm-hmm.
and ask more informed questions.
It shows them you're genuinely interested.
That you've done your homework.
Okay, so we've covered research, a ton of potential questions.
Mhm.
Any final thoughts?
Remember, interviews are a two-way street.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's not just about them assessing you.
Right,
It's
yeah.
about you assessing them.
It's about finding the right fit.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to ask questions.
About what?
About the company culture,
Okay.
team dynamics, growth opportunities.
It shows you're thinking long term.
And don't be afraid to ask about things that are important to you.
Like what?
Work-life balance, professional development.
Yeah, find that right fit for your values.
Exactly. And finally, remember, interviews are just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
Your resume, your cover letter, your online presence.
They all matter.
It's about having a cohesive personal brand.
That reflects your skills and your passion.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher can help you with all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Their AI tools can analyze your resume and your online profiles.
It's like having a personal branding expert.
Exactly. So take advantage of those resources
Put in the work.
and go rock that interview.
RoleCatcher really can help bring all those pieces together.
It's a great tool.
But even with the best tools, there's those little things that can make or break an interview, right?
Oh, absolutely. Presentation is everything.
So any tips for like making a killer first impression even before you answer that first question?
Definitely. Especially with video interviews these days, your environment matters.
Okay, so like what's behind you?
Exactly. Make sure it's clean and uncluttered.
Yeah, no piles of laundry or dirty dishes.
Exactly. And good lighting is key.
Okay.
You want to look bright and professional, not like you're hiding in the shadows.
So setting the stage is important.
Mm-hmm.
What about how we dress?
Even if it's a video call, dress like you would for an in-person interview.
Okay, so like business professional?
It shows you're taking it seriously.
Right, and those little details.
Oh, yeah.
Hair, makeup, everything neat and professional.
It's all part of presenting your best self.
Okay, so we've got the look down.
Mm-hmm.
What about the tech side of things?
Technology can be a blessing and a curse.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right. You've got to test everything beforehand.
Okay.
Make sure your internet's solid.
Mhm.
Microphone's working.
Okay.
Webcam's clear.
And close any unnecessary programs or tabs.
Yes. Avoid those distractions.
Don't want the computer freezing up mid-answer.
Right. That's the worst.
Okay, so we've covered the environment, the look, the tech.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else we should be mindful of during the actual interview?
Body language, even on video.
Like
Eye contact, sitting up straight, using hand gestures.
projecting that confidence?
Exactly. And don't forget to smile.
Oh yeah, a smile goes a long way.
It can really warm up the conversation.
So it's okay to show a little personality.
Oh, absolutely. Be authentic,
So a little humor if it's appropriate.
as long as it's professional and relevant.
Right. Because they're hiring a person.
Exactly. They want someone who fits the team.
Someone they can see themselves working with.
And remember, you're not just there to answer their questions.
Oh, right.
This is your chance to ask them questions.
It shows you're curious and engaged.
What are some good questions to ask?
Okay, good question.
You could ask about their growth plans,
Okay.
their biggest challenges, their vision for the future.
Showing you're thinking long term.
And don't be afraid to ask about things that are important to you.
Like company culture,
Mm-hmm.
work-life balance.
Professional development.
Yeah. Find that right fit.
Now, before we wrap up,
Okay.
I wanted to touch on one more thing.
What's that?
Following up after the interview.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
A thank you note can go a long way.
Reinforce your interest.
Remind them of your qualifications.
I maybe reiterate a key point.
Or address something you wish you'd said differently.
Shows you're thoughtful.
And if you haven't heard back, don't hesitate to follow up again.
Persistence.
It can pay off.
Okay, we've covered so much today.
We have.
Any final words of wisdom for those aspiring retail entrepreneurs out there?
Believe in yourself.
You've got this.
You have the passion, the drive, the skills.
And tap into those resources from RoleCatcher.
They can really make a difference.
Okay, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the retail entrepreneur interview.
It's been fun.
Thanks for joining us and good luck out there.